Hey guys, this is Andrew again. Welcome to the brand new version of GMonster. In this video I'm going to show you all the changes we have made so far, which is pretty exciting. But if you are unfamiliar with the software, be sure to check out the previous video where I walk you through the basics and show you how it works. So first, as you can see, we have created some tabs to separate some sections. Right now we have Inbox, Compose, Database and Configuration tabs. The Inbox tab is pretty much the same, except that we have made a much bigger viewer window over here, and you can also zoom in if you can't see the text and zoom out. We have also added the option to order the emails, so if you want to, you can display the earliest or the latest on the top, and we have also implemented the date column over here. The only button we kept from the previous version is the forward button, so don't look for it in the composition window, it's over here. So let's move on to the Compose tab. As you can see, we have implemented some really cool changes as well. On the top you can find the subject, and we made this composition window way bigger. You can also use the zoom if your eyes are bad, and you can see the text a bit better. If you want to reply to a message from the Inbox tab, you just click reply, and whatever is open here in the inbox, that is going to be the email you are replying to. Below reply you can find send campaign and the group selector. We have implemented this number of threads value, which is basically the maximum account number you are going to send out your emails through. By default this is 100, but feel free to change it to 200, 500, whatever number of accounts you are using simultaneously. We have the number of emails per account and the delay between emails. Many of you have asked for an HTML version, and now we have implemented that as well, so you can change between plain text and HTML, whichever you want to use, and you can also preview the HTML with this checkbox. Now keep in mind that you can only send out one version of a message, so if you change HTML or change the plain text, it will not affect the other one. So when I switch to HTML, it will still show the same message. We have the clear text and the test buttons over here, and we have implemented some really cool new features: email tracking and check for blocks. The settings for email tracking, let's enable it, can be found here in the configuration tab. What you will need is a Google Analytics account to use it. We have the Analytics account input over here, and then the campaign name field. You can change this to whatever you want, but don't use spaces, only underscores and letters and numbers. If you already have a Google Analytics account, what you will need is a Universal Analytics property. So open up your Analytics, go to Create Property, scroll down to Show Advanced Options, and turn this on. Create a Universal Analytics property. Over here you can write any website and click this, and then you can click Next. When you are finished creating the new Universal Analytics property, you will find it here, and this is the number that you are going to need for the tracking to work. You type that number over here, give your campaign a name, and then hit save. If the enable email tracking is checked, then it is going to insert the tracking pixel into your emails, and you will see the results inside your Google Analytics account. After sending out your campaign, you are going to see the real-time opens over here. If you want to see the maximum number of opens, I suggest you wait 2 days or 3 days, then you will have some better data. To see how your campaign performed, you will have to go to Behavior, Events, and Pages. Here you select the campaign you sent out. And maybe change the date over here if it's needed. Analytics wasn't originally designed to measure email opens, but we can tweak it so we can see the total number of opens. You just select Edit from the top and remove these values. Add a new metric. Users is what we need, and then scroll down and save. Now go back into the campaign, and the users column is going to show you all the email opens. For this campaign we have sent out 690 emails, and analytics shows that 461 emails were open. These other numbers show that they will open multiple times, but the users column shows the real unique opens. So this basically shows a 66.8% open rate, which is not bad, I think. Keep in mind the inbox rate is way bigger than that. Now, tracking pixels may trigger spam filters, so if you want to make sure your emails land in the inbox, you might want to uncheck this. If you enable this checkbox, the software is going to pause after every 5th email and check your inbox for blocked messages from Gmail. It sends out 5 emails, pauses, and if there are no blocked messages, it continues sending. If it does find blocked notifications from Gmail, then that specific account is going to stop sending. All other accounts that are not experiencing these blocks will continue sending until they receive blocked notifications or until they finish the campaign. Keep in mind that enabling this feature will increase sending times because the software has to scan your inbox multiple times during a campaign. Last but not least, we have the attachments button, and with clear list you can clear the attachments. The last big upgrade is the database tab. Some of you guys were having troubles using the CSV format and the spreadsheet applications, so we have integrated the database files into one tab inside the software. You can still modify the files inside the database folder and then import the files using the Load File button. By clicking the Load File button, Group A, Group B, and Target files are going to be imported at once. Please keep in mind that the software now uses XLSX format, which is a more commonly used and more convenient format than CSV was. If you want to make some minor changes like adding or removing accounts, you can now do that inside the software. You can also modify fields by double-clicking them. When you're done editing your group and target files, you can just go back to the Compose tab and send out your campaign.